Yo, 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 yo! What's going on, guys? It's been a long time since this channel has posted a video, but as you saw, as of the past couple of days, we uploaded again. Some of our longtime subscribers might be excited, might be confused, and after all, we haven't uploaded in about 8 years. So why return now? Well, I will answer those questions, but first, I just want to give a little bit of an update. So first, you might not recognize me. I'm Ethan. I look a little bit different. I put on some dad weight, but you know, that's how things go. And Cole, me and him partnered the channel back when we were uploading a lot. The reason that we stopped uploading is because he moved off to now New York. That's where he lives, and he's going to school for film. He's still doing films. And I got married, had kids, and have been working full-time for a production company. I'm still local to Alabama, and he's in New York, and therefore it just wasn't logical to keep uploading. There's no way for us to do that, so that's one of the reasons we stopped. But so the channel, why is it returning? There are a few reasons for this. Reason number one is that I have put countless, probably thousands of hours into this channel since we first started it back in when we were kids. And I did not like seeing it just sit on YouTube and rot. You know, we put a lot of effort into this thing and it was sad to see it just sit there and do nothing. So I wanted to revive it. I just didn't know when the right time was. And since I have kids now, it probably still isn't the right time, but I'm doing it anyways because I found myself wanting to film more narrative, personal works from me and having no outlet to do so. I did start 2 other channels, Filmfluence, which is a channel that's really devoted to filmmaking tutorials, and I found myself getting burnt out on that because I'm not really... Tutorials are something that doesn't scratch the same itch, I would say, as filming actual projects. And then the second channel, Dixie Division, which is still active, is really just a personal channel that me and my brother and one of our friends started. And that's really just talking about the nature of the country that we live in, the state that it's in, the state of the economy, just how terrible it's gotten over just a few years, inflation and all sorts of things like that, having to juggle several jobs just to stay alive in today's age. Just show us, you know, trying out some different survival gear, shooting some guns, just pretty much having fun. So that's what that channel is about. But I found myself in that channel wanting to film films, but I felt that it wasn't right to upload them there because it's not really a channel about films. So that kind of led me to reviving this channel because I really wanted to film films and this channel would be really the place that I should do it. And I wanted to revive it anyways, so I was like, well, let's just do that. Let's just do it. Now, I will say, obviously, with me being solo, you probably won't see as much of Cole or some of the other guys just because we're all in different places in life. And so for now, you might see some collaboration here and there. I do know for a fact that Cole wants to collaborate on films whenever he's back in the state. And when he is, then I'll have something lined up. We can film something. So you'll get to see some familiar faces in those. I do know that Cole has expressed that he wants to showcase on the channel some of the films he filmed outside of the context of WarTorn during our off years, just because he never published them and he wanted you guys to be able to see some of the stuff he's done. So I think we will be releasing those at some point, and I think we'll also be recording together some dialogue about those projects. So look out for that. It'll probably be in a podcast format, but also you'll see some newer faces. So for instance, my brother, Elijah, is now an adult, and Jamie, Eric's youngest brother, is now an adult as well, and they're best friends. So they have opted to want to help film, and so you'll see some newer faces come in. You saw Elijah in the last film we released. And yeah, so that's kind of moving forward what the channel will look like. As far as upload schedule, I'm not sure what that will look like just because, you know, having 4 kids is a lot of work and it's very busy, especially with a full-time job, and I own a business and I do side jobs. So it's kind of a lot of stuff going on. I do want to devote time to this channel, and so I will set aside some time to do that. As far as how often, I'm not sure, but I do want to do some really good creative works. Now, we've already talked about reason number 1 why we're bringing the channel back. Reason number 2 is because, I think I've already touched on this actually, I felt myself having the need to film things but not having an outlet to do so. So I'd want to film things, but I didn't want to post them on Dixie Division. And so I thought this would be the perfect place to post them. So that's reason number 2. We already touched that. Reason number 3 is that YouTube has become a different place than when we left it. There are still some people who make films and do really creative, awesome things on YouTube. Some people who don't film films but still make good content. But a lot of what I've been seeing on YouTube is honestly discouraging. It's just kind of slop. I don't know how to describe it. It's very minimal effort with the most amount of clickbaitiness, things that don't really bring you any value. It's just garbage. It's just garbage, some of it. And that's not to diss at anyone. I mean, that's honestly what people are wanting to watch. And I don't know why. There could be 2 outcomes of this. Number 1, this channel could get completely slept on because nobody wants to see content like this, which, I mean, could be what happens. The other option is that there's a hole where people can't access good quality cinematic content, narrative storytelling anymore because most of the channels have quit or moved on to something else. And maybe that hole can be filled. Maybe there's still people out there that want to watch stuff like what we produce. And if that's so, I want to provide that for people. I mean, it feels like there's not really any good movies or series or shows or anything out there anyways right now. Very few. And you can't really find anything on YouTube for the most part either. Used to, you could watch stuff on YouTube and it would kind of scratch that itch of wanting to see some creative new world that some other creator on YouTube is basically creating. And so that doesn't really exist very much anymore. So I wanted to try and see if we could provide that for people who still want to see it. So that's reason number 3. Now, what to expect? We'll be releasing films here and there. We'll probably do some collaborations with Cole, whether that's in film form or whether that's just, sitting down and talking about some of the stuff he's done or some of the stuff I've done. We'll probably do that as well. And yeah, I'm pretty excited. I've got a few things ready to move. I'm gonna try to make a balance between original, creative storytelling and also still speak on popular culture subjects. So, you might catch a few fan films, quote unquote fan films, or basically reinventing of the wheel of other popular subjects, just because I think in YouTube, to be discoverable, you kind of have to adapt to what people are wanting to see at that point in time anyways. But taking that, spinning it, and making it our own, that will probably be the mission statement moving forward, as well as some other original works as well. So you'll see some things sprinkled in there that might be less original and more an adaptation, and then you'll see some original works from us as well. If you follow this channel and you're watching this video, you're one of 2 people. You're part of the original 3,000 subscribers that we built up that wanted to see our stuff. If you're part of that group, thank you for returning. Please, please consider staying active and keeping up with our journey forward, because you guys are the core foundation of what we build our channel on. And I know that what we're gonna produce moving forward will be exactly in the same vein as what we've always done. So number 1, please stick around. Thank you for your support, and we really appreciate it. You guys were really the kick in the butt that got me back into wanting to start the channel up again, because I looked through old comments, and even in the past year, people have been like, man, you guys, I miss when you guys uploaded. I wish you still did. Y'all were way ahead of your time. And those are all flattering words. But at the same time, back then we still had a lot of growing to do in many ways. But I do appreciate those words, and that's what really got me thinking, wow, there are still people out there that want to see what we have to create. So, thank you. And 2, you're either a part of that group or you're a part of the other group, which is probably 28,000 people that subscribed because they saw the clown stuff. Now, if you're a part of that group, let me address you real quick. If you liked the clown stuff, which you were probably a younger child at that point, and for the childhood trauma, I'm so sorry. It was really supposed to be directed towards adults, and I guess children somehow, like 11, 12-year-olds started watching that. And so sorry if that freaked you out. But now you are an adult, because it has been so many years. If you are, and you liked the creativity and the originality and just the way that video was portrayed, then stick around, give us a chance, and we'll see if we can make something for you. Again, being a dad is very time consuming. It's the best thing in the world, but it's also one of the most stressful things in the world. In fact, back when we were filming from 6 a.m. to 6 a.m., carrying hundreds of pounds of equipment through 2-mile treks through the woods in, 20-degree weather with nothing but one layer of camo or whatever we were wearing at the time, I thought I knew back then what stress was. Turns out that is only a fraction of what stress can be. So when you're a dad, it is like amplified times 10 of what that was. Maybe that was preparing me to be a dad, who knows? But so it is incredibly stressful and it's amazing. It's the best thing. I would never wish it away, but it is stressful. So, and it is time consuming and it takes up a lot of your time. So just bear with me on that. I do plan on uploading again as consistently as possible, but again, as possible. One other note, last thing before I go. When we left off, I think I probably had a couple thousand hours in film and editing. And now, due to the nature of my job, I have put 11,000 hours into filming and editing. So the quality of work that I can and am capable of producing is much greater than it used to be. However, my equipment is pretty much all in shambles, not all of it, but a lot of it still is in shambles, so it might take a little bit of time to build that back up. And also, to make something as good as I possibly can do it, takes a lot of effort for one man to try to do. And I probably will not be operating on that optimal performance level, just because if I tried to do that, it would take so much time. There would just be like one video every couple of months or longer if I were trying to do that. So I'm not promising as of yet a consistent, massive project that's just gonna blow your minds, but I am going to focus in on certain aspects in each film to make it as polished and as clean and as good as I possibly can within the time frame and the limitations that I have at the time. So yes, that is a promise to quality, but not a promise to perfection. So keep that in mind when you're watching. If you're like, hey, but this is kind of like wonky here, be like, yeah, I probably know that. And I'm just like, can't really do anything about it right now. But anyways, should be filming around Christmas time, which is coming up pretty quick. And that one will actually be pretty neat. We're gonna have some 3D stuff. I said that was the last thing, one little tiny thing. I did venture into 3D, and so there will probably be more expansive universes that we can explore moving forward. Anyways, I'm rambling. So, like always, hope you guys have a blessed one, and you better be taking it easy.
Savage little baby and Fenty, baddest little baby of the century. Internet, blow up, superstar, I don't touch. Showing off, causing a frenzy. She leaving an imprint in your memory. Energy, focus, superstar, glow up.